Hi, everybody. I am coming to you still from Paris, France, but I couldn't sleep this morning because I kept thinking about the questions that are being asked of me on my YouTube channel here. And many of you are wonderful and great, and you're asking questions regarding your business, but some of you are only asking me about my website, my URL. Um, where can I find you? Some people are looking me up and asking me different questions. And I just want to say that you're not my customer. I am not here to sell products to you. That is not the goal with this YouTube channel. I am here to give back to the community. I wanted to share some knowledge. I wanted to support makers that are looking to grow their business. Most of us work alone. We're trying to figure this thing out. We're trying to get into this industry and maneuver our way around it. We're all clinging to people selling us get rich quick ideas and ideologies and programs and courses. And I'm going to tell you, the ones who know what they're talking about, generally, they don't have time to help other people. They're busy working on their craft. They're busy working on their website. They're busy working on their business. So when I decided to speak up and talk to you guys and try to show you what I've done in my business and my experiences, I definitely was leery of doing that because I felt like, okay, well, everybody's just going to come on and they're going to go to my site, duplicate all my stuff, and I don't want to have that mindset. I want to just be here as a voice and share my experiences with you, but I want you to know I am not here selling you my products. People like me who are busy and working and growing our business, we're in the Facebook groups, we're in the forums, but we typically stay silent because a lot of times when you try to step in and help or you try to give your input, you have keyboard warriors on the other side who make nasty comments, rude remarks, and just make you feel this big. And so a lot of times we don't say anything. We definitely don't jump on the it's slow train and, bring ourselves down with everybody else who puts out, is it slow? Is everybody else struggling? Are you guys having a bad day? That is just a mentality race to the bottom. You're definitely only going to find people who are in that same situation responding to you, and then everybody piles on and everybody is just doom and gloom. So typically, if it is slow for me, what I do is I just get to work. I start creating, I start trying to figure out other ways around and maneuvering. So you have to ask yourself, how do you break away from the crowd? What things can you do to grow your business? Because copying me or emulating what I do is not going to help you. I don't want you to do that. I want you to think bigger than that. That's exactly what I did when I started. I was thinking bigger. I was thinking, okay, I want to build this Shopify site. So how do I do it? What does it look like? So what I did was I went to the people who built their sites better than me. I looked at corporate sites. Since I'm in a small niche, my niche is 3 to 12 years old, and my niche only serves you for one day of the year. That is it. I am only for little girls. You have to be between 3 and 12 years old. I do not do boys. I do not do adults. I do not do men. I only do 3 to 12. That is it. I want to be the best at what I do. I want to be the best in my field. I want to make the best high quality products, and this is how it's done. So first of all, you have to ask yourself, who is your customer? What do you sell? I don't know what most of you sell, but if you were selling, say for instance, dog collars, then you need to know, okay, what are the colors that my audience is looking for? You'd have to know different neck measurements, different centimeters, millimeters, widths, things that make what you're doing unique and special. If you're a jewelry maker, you have to know different wrist sizes. You have to know different necklace sizes, different bracelet sizes. That takes time to learn. In my niche, I had to go through several different products, several different shirts, several different skirts. I needed to make sure that when these children were wearing my products, that there was a softness to the skirts, that they didn't itch and scratch their skin. I had to learn how to buy t-shirts and products that fit and stretched and went over the neck the right way. Those are things that niching down will do for you. It'll put you into a mindset of being the best of the best at what you do and knowing what your customer needs. But if you're a master of everything, you'll be a master of none. So again, looking at what I do will not help you if you're somebody who is selling jewelry, if you're somebody who's selling pet products, maybe you're selling mugs. I don't know anything about mugs. And so that's not something I sell. That's not something I want to get into. I am also not in a race for the bottom. I'm not going to sell a shirt that sells for $20. I want to be the top of what I do. I want my products to command a high price. So when I was setting up my Shopify site, my website, I wanted to look at higher end brands to see, first of all, what does the website look like? What are the colors? What do I feel when I go to that site? These are things you should be thinking about for your business. I know there are so many websites that I'll peek at because maybe they're in a Facebook group and they're asking a question. I can't get people to my site. As soon as I get to that site, what do I see? I can't read anything. The screen is dark. They might use a green background or a pink background or something super, super very hard on the eyes. So for me, when I was putting together my website, my thing was, okay, who sells in my same niche that isn't an Etsy seller, but there may be a corporate company that I can look at and emulate, not copy, emulate. So for me, it was Gymboree at the time. For me, on the higher end, on the higher end, for me, it's Gymboree. And then it was Children's Place. And then, of course, I went to Justice for Girls because I wanted to see, okay, let's look at their website colors. So what does the backdrop look like on this website? Is it dark? No. Most of them were light colors. White. What does the font look like? Is the font hard to read? Can I read the font? So those are the things you study. You want to take at least 2 to 3 websites of a product or a brand that you love, and you go, this is what I want my brand to feel like when somebody enters my site. So I followed Justice, Jamboree, and the Children's Place because my age group is 3 to 12, only little girls, nobody else. So that was my target. So I would look at, okay, they have a scrolling banner. What does that banner say? They're offering a shipping discount. They're offering free shipping. They're saying if you buy a certain amount, you get this amount off. So then I started with those building blocks. And that really helped me because you really need a model. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is already created. You just need to get some ideas. So I said, okay, my scrolling banner needs to at least offer these 3 things. And then my font. I wanted to make sure my font was readable. Now, some websites will suggest what is readable because other fonts that you may decide that you want to use may not be compatible with search engines, and so it's going to look crumbled. So it's very important that you pick your font. Then the other thing that I studied was pricing. You can study pricing just out in the marketplace every day. One place that I study pricing at is Starbucks. I go, okay, all of their numbers end in either 0 or 5. Some of them end in 2s, some of them end in 4s, and you start looking at, okay, what is the higher end companies? I went to Louis Vuitton website. What does that look like? How do they market their product? What are the ending numbers? Is it 2400 with 2 zeros? Is it 2450? So those are the things you want to pay attention to. So again, it's colors, making sure the font is readable, looking at pricing. Do you want to have a price of $99? That typically lends to your product being a little bit less. And so you have to look at the psychology of pricing as well and how that's going to make your website feel to a customer entering. Also, when I get to your website, am I going to want to come in and shop? Or am I going to be completely just turned off because I can't read it? The font's weird, the pictures are dark. So the other thing that you want to look at is how in your niche are the products laid out? Are they on mannequins? For me, are they on children? Are they on women? Are they flat lay? Are they ghost body? So when you're looking for somebody to look up to and kind of emulate and model after in your niche, whether it's dog collars, are the dog collars on dogs? Are they laying flat? Are they put on a 3D model so it just looks like a circle floating? Those are the things you've got to look at. How does jewelry look? Are they using a wrist? Are they using a neck? Are they using flat lay? Are they using a mannequin neck? What is your dream site feel like and look like? So you have to kind of think about your business and find other businesses around you, other businesses that are tried and true, that have been doing this for decades, and just model after that and pay attention to those things, because that's going to get you really, really far, and it's going to help you to just lay out your website. So the other thing, someone came on to my YouTube channel and said, well, I looked at your Etsy shop and I looked at your website, and how come, you're preaching to build your own playground, but then, you have sales on Etsy going, but not on your website? Well, I'm not competing with 9 million people on my website. So therefore, I don't have to do things to boost the algorithm like I do on an Etsy or an Amazon or an eBay. You have to play with different price structures. You've got to play with different setups. Are you offering bundles? Are you offering where they can just upgrade? Are you offering a la carte? Are you offering a complete set? In my case, what are you offering? So therefore pricing will be different. If I get somebody who is coming directly to my site, now I don't have to play all those games. This is the price. Here is a code. If you're on my email list, use this code, get this discount, but I don't have to try to run and race to the bottom. I'm not competing with 9 million sellers on my Shopify site. And so therefore, there are going to be differences on how you market and how you try to get customers on a platform versus on your own site. Someone also said to me, well, if you're doing the kind of numbers that you're saying you're doing in your video, which, like I said, in my Etsy career, I've done over $1.4 million in sales, then why aren't you just focused on your own website? Well, first of all, you don't just start at that kind of number on a Shopify type of site. People come to the platforms such as Amazon, Etsy, eBay, because it is trusted. They don't know you. They think they are buying from Amazon. You ask anybody, oh, where did you get that camera from? Oh, where did you get that shirt from? Oh, I got it from Amazon. Oh, I ordered it off of eBay. They don't go, oh, I ordered it off of ABC site, or I ordered it off of this maker. They don't see you as an individual. They see Amazon. Why do they see Amazon? Because Amazon is trusted by them. They know that they're going to get their product. They know it's going to be delivered. They know that they're going to have a guarantee that if something's wrong, Amazon's going to stand behind them. And that is why those sites have so many buyers on them. And you need those sites when you're first starting, so that then as you get customers in, you can then get them to trust you once they start knowing who you are outside of that big platform. But that takes work on the back end. That takes maybe putting some QR codes into your packages, maybe putting some labels with your website, maybe packaging. It comes with a lot of different things that we can talk about later to help you to boost yourself and stand away from the crowd. But you do need them to grow and to start your business off so that you can kind of get your foot in the ground. These platforms already have buyers. They have millions of buyers. So why wouldn't you start there? If you're starting, test your product out. Make sure that it's something people want, because you can build a whole website and it can just sit there and nobody comes. But if you don't have a track record of sales and you haven't even started yet, you don't know if it's something people even want, why would you go spend all this time building your playground? First, you need to test out your products. Let's start on a platform like Etsy. Let's see if people like it. Let's see if I get sales. We can start on eBay if we're selling vintage, or if we're selling, maybe our old clothes and we just want to see if we can sell some things and start learning how to maneuver platforms. Then you can move to your website once you've worked out the kinks. You don't want to work out kinks on Amazon. I will say that. You definitely want to do it on, maybe, like I said, an eBay or an Etsy. If you're handmade on Etsy, if you're not handmade, then you go to eBay and test out your shipping, test out your responses. Are you able to handle everything? Or do you still need a little bit of help from the platforms bringing customers into you? So starting out, you definitely want to try a platform so that you can test out your product. Make sure it's what people want. Make sure that you can ship. They have tools that will just help you get started. It makes it a lot easier for you as a maker to just jump on, and they already have a built-in customer base. If you're starting your own website, you have to bring traffic yourself. And the way you bring traffic is by proven sales, or you can run Google ads, Facebook ads. You can do reels, you can post on social media, you can try different tactics like that. But if you're going to an Etsy, a shop, an Amazon, or an eBay, they already have customers built into the platform. And your job basically is to provide your photographs and your SEO for titles, tags, and description. So when it comes to setting up websites, the one thing I want you to think about also is when you are on an Etsy, an Amazon, or an eBay site, look at how it's structured. Look at the fonts that they're using. Look at the color structure that they're using. When you go onto Etsy, you don't see dark pink screens and green screens, black screens showing products off. You see a white background, you see a common font, you see very small colorings throughout the site, but the product is the main event. And so that's another thing that you want to look at when you're looking at the infrastructure of your site. It's very important to educate yourself and to watch shows and read books based on business and learning. There is a documentary on how Jeff Bezos started Amazon. It wasn't profitable for the first 3 years. They didn't make a profit at all. But what they did was they built customer trust. And now it's the most trusted, biggest platform in the world. So sometimes, you're going to start your Shopify store, or you're going to start your own website, and you're going to go, well, I'm not making anything. I'm spending money on ads. I'm doing all these reels. I'm posting on Facebook. I'm penning Pinterest. But that is putting in the work. Right now, we just have a lot of people telling you, oh, just start and print on demand, make a t-shirt, sell a mug. I'm going to just say one thing about this. In all my years, I have never not seen or touched something that was sent out. Everything that I do, I have touched, seen, packed, or made. And so it is really strange to me to just think that people build brands just using a name, but then everything else is completely outsourced. Now, if you do POD, that's your choice. It's completely fine. But if you're looking to build a brand and longevity, I don't know how people can do that without ever seeing the product or touching the product and just having it sent to a customer on their behalf. I would never, ever trust my business to anybody else. That is just me personally. I'm here in Paris and I'm seeing some beautiful art and beautiful works and beautiful sculptures. People who have put in countless hours and time to make their craft, and to see the work that has been put into the buildings, the monuments, the statues, all the craft. the work on the ceilings. It's amazing. And I think right now in this day and age, we're all looking for that quick fix, that fast dollar, that let's just put in some code in AI and it'll pop out a design. And it's just really honorable and humbling to see the people who use their hands to paint with the brush strokes, every stroke. We're just in a different time now. But anyway, I hope some of those tips help you guys. I have to go and see my first castle today, so I'm heading out. And I just wanted to stop here and make a quick video just to address some of the questions that have been asked and why I feel it's important for you not to focus on me. Focus on the vessel that I am to bring you some information, but I am not the person you need to emulate. My website is not the website you need to emulate. You need to go bigger and better and higher than me and really find yourself. I'm Elisa. Thank you for visiting my channel.